These 3 tools will get you out of trouble. Like actually, they've saved me multiple times at track days and stuff. We'll start with lock wire pliers. These are basically cable ties, but to the next level. They're pliers, they have a cutter and gripping area like normal. They have a latch that locks them, and they have a spiral thing in the end of them. So we get a length of our lock wire, cut up as much as we want, get the thing that we want to tie, put it around, grab it, squeeze them and latch it, so now they're locked on. And all you have to do is pull the back of them. And you can see, if I keep the more you pull it, the tighter it gets. It's now done a tight lock. The best thing about these is because it's stainless steel wire, you can buy it in different thicknesses. You can just wrap it around as many layers as you want, and it's really strong compared to the plastic cable ties. The other good thing is it takes heat really well. So I've had like exhausts drop off cars and things where you can't put a plastic cable tie. This is an awesome replacement for it. Another thing they're great for is radiator hoses. Because the wire is thin and you get so much pressure out of the twisting motion, it pretty much replaces hose clamps. So if you had a failed hose clamp or something's leaking or you're stuck somewhere, these are a great replacement. And of course, the final use for these things, what they're actually meant for, is securing bolts and stuff from rattling loose. So you have to drill bolts for this. Apart from that use, they're just really good for fixing stuff. Pretty much anywhere you need a cable tie that's going to be hot or a cable tie that needs to be strong, lock wire. Now the next thing on the list, you've all seen a file. This is a thread file. Same thing, but for threads. It's awesome. Let me show you. So I've got my nice new bolt here. I'll just find the spanner that fits it. So I'm pretty sure this was a brand new bolt, but something's happened to it and it's got damaged threads now. We can't put the nut on anymore. So what we do is we take the thread file. This is a metric one. I think they make imperial ones too, but no one uses that, so I don't know why you'd buy one. You find the thread that fits in the threads that you've got, which on this one is 0.15. Once we've got the 0.15 side, it's basically just a file, but the teeth are spaced exactly so they clean the thread up. So we can give this a quick clean. And you can see the damaged portion's pretty much gone. I'll flip it over and do the other side. It's like I got hit with a hammer or something. Get the nut. Oh, it's a little bit stiff. It's probably because the whole bolt's not round anymore because it got smashed. But as you can see, that's pretty much saved. The other use for these is nuts. That's what this end is for. You can put it in the thread and go around the inside. The only problem with it, it doesn't really fit in, well, it doesn't really fit in small ones, so I don't really have a good trick for that. But for outside bolts, which normally ends up getting damaged, you should definitely put a thread file in your toolbox because they're cheap as. The last one, a set of multi-grips. You're probably going, Connor, I've already got a set of these. These are good ones. Don't buy cheap multi-grips. You can buy heaps of cheap tools and get away with it. You can't buy cheap multi-grips. These are Nipex ones. They're the best. I've got a set of Weeha ones, which are pretty much just as good. I'll show you why you can't buy cheap ones. So here I have 2 crappy ones, 2 good ones. A okay used pair and a very used pair, and an okay pair and a very used pair. The biggest difference between the two, we'll get this lens have a close look, is on these cheap ones, you can see the teeth are little triangles. On the rusty pair of cheap ones, you can see the teeth straight. And when we move to the nice ones, the teeth are directional. They're like saw teeth or shark teeth. And what that means is they can really bite properly. A multi-grip like this is not a clamping force tool, it's a cutting tool. So one that's good steel with good teeth is going to be 100 times better. The easiest way to tell is you can see that the teeth are bare metal, because ones that are like this, that have got galvanizing on them or a coating, you can't have a sharp edge that's been coated because the coating process removes it. We'll chuck a piece of metal in the vise and I'll show you how big the difference is between a good pair that are actually sharp and a cheap pair that are just triangles. So we've got the little cheap ones first. These only bite as tightly as you can squeeze them, and they don't cut in. So it kills your hands and it gives you no mechanical advantage. Even the big ones, I've got a bit more leverage on them because of the longer handles, but they've got no ability to bite for themselves, and so it still just relies on your hand grip strength. If we have a look at the marks left in the steel from them, you can see it's just sliding along the surface. So now we break out the big guns, the Nipex ones. These are like one of the smaller sizes they make. Because it bites by itself, I don't have to squeeze it super hard. If this vise held, I could actually lift myself off the ground with these. And the thing is, once they're bitten in, I can take my hand off the bottom completely. And it's actually twisting the steel in the vise because they're holding on themselves. They're not relying on you clamping them to hold them. Buy good multi-grips. We can see the marks on our piece of steel now. There's the 2 cheap ones. The multi-grip, you can see it's actually taken a chunk out of the steel, worked its teeth into it, and it's in there. This will pull out rounded bolts, anything. It's so much better than the crappy ones. So, massive difference. With multi-grips, Knipex, best brand. Keep an eye out for things from Germany or Japan. Avoid China, America, that sort of stuff. These ones are USA made and they suck because they don't have the right teeth direction. Look for ones with the machined, clean teeth in the right direction. I'm aiming for 10,000 subscribers, so if you can help me out with that, that'd be great. I'm doing one video a week. Every Friday I've been uploading stuff. These have helped me out 100 times. They'll help you out 100 times. Get them, put them in your toolbox. This is like 150 bucks worth of tools all up. That's Australian dollars as well. It's not worth very much. And yeah, see everybody in the next video. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and goodbye.